Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 51 of the Pod of War Gamecast. I'm your host, Evicus Mode. This week joined by CW Lanky.
Hello.
And the man, the myth, the Steam Deck, Mr. Massive Das Chris McGilly.
Hello, everyone.
Do you have the whole thing now, or do you just have
No,
part of it?
I paid for it on Friday. Hasn't been shipped yet, but and it should be here at some point.
But the docs come, didn't you say?
No, I bought a dock because it's like it's like a PC. People have been making docks and stuff, so I bought one.
Oh, I see. So it's like a third-party doc. I thought
Yeah.
it was like. So what I thought had happened, I thought this was like the biggest cock tease ever, that a doc comes with it, and that they'd sent the doc on its own before, just to like really just mess with you.
No,
Okay, that makes
you
sense.
can literally go on like Amazon or Currys and buy like a bog standard USB-C hub, but this one's been designed to fit the Steam Deck, and the little chargy bit goes nice and tidy at the top and stuff. That it's been made. They are doing an official one as well, Valve, but this is from what I've seen from all the Steam Deck content. And this is the best dock that's available at the moment for the deck.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be a whole episode about Chris and his Steam Deck at some point.
Yeah, when it eventually arrives. Hopefully, I don't know when they will ship it. Yeah.
Hopefully soon. Well, until we get to that point, Chris Pingelli, let's first of all talk about what we've been buying and what we've been playing before we talk about the Nintendo Direct. So, Craigo, what have you bought? What have you played? What's going on?
So mine's going to be unbelievably brief this week.
Yeah.
Because all I've played is more Far Cry. I think I'm just over 7. It gives you a percentage in the main menu. I think I'm just over 75% now. So I'm in the last of the 3 like parts of the map that it splits up in like Far Cry fashion. Still enjoying it. Still think the side stuff is probably a little bit better than the main storyline. And I'd still probably say as well that Far Cry 5 is probably a bit better. Just 'cause I think it utilizes the kind of party stuff a bit better, and I really like the bad guy in 5 and just the silliness of all that. So yeah, I'm off this week, so I'll probably have that finished this week, hopefully, and then I'm free to try and catch up on the endless Game Pass stuff, which is just coming out every bloody day at the moment. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've done since last 2 weeks.
Nice.
Cheeky. Very cheeky.
Yeah, just lots of Far Cry.
You can never have too much Far Cry, I guess.
Never. Can never have too much Far Cry. I presume, Pengy, you've not played anything Ubisoft related?
I've not played anything Ubisoft related. I've played something that is Square Enix related, and it's pretty much the only thing I've played as well, and that was Live Alive, which I played, finished, traded in. It's all gone, because I finally got around to playing it. Because if you remember, I bought it. I think it came out the week before Xenoblade Chronicles 3, so I didn't play it until recently. You played the demo, didn't you, Craig? I think.
Well, I don't know how long the demo is. I think I played maybe an hour's worth of the demo.
Right.
And I thought it was okay. I really like the art style. It's got the like the triangle strategy style art style, doesn't it? I think it put me in the Chinese one of the stories.
Yeah.
I found the combat a bit strange and odd. I didn't really get why it was like it was. It's got a weird grid-like system. It's kind of turn-based, but not. And I don't know, the combat felt quite dated, I thought, from what I played of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say from that it's a remake of a 1994 game, so it is a 2D HD like remake, but like the combat and that I don't think they've changed from what I can tell. And it's like a grid-based system, so you have enemies on the grid and you can move on that. And if you move, like your bar will sometimes go down on that, and you have like the ATB thing from like a Final Fantasy. So when your bar goes up, then you can do a move, and then some moves take like 2 bars, so you got to wait from that like build up, and certain attacks will go in a certain direction. So if the enemy's in the top left corner, well, that attack will hit there. But with the Imperial China one, you say because there's 8 characters and that they've all sort of like it's got a slight different gimmick to them and different story. They got like a self-contained story to the final act after you've done away. So if you use the China one, for example, you're playing as the Shifu, who's like an old man. He's come to the end of like his life, and he wants to pass on what he's learnt to someone else. And he starts out at level 10, and you meet a couple of different characters that like start at level 1, and basically you fight them and you like beat them, but then they learn the moves and that off you, and then that's how like the story progresses and who becomes the next Shifu and stuff like that. There's a few other there's another character that does a similar thing, which is like a Street Fighter tournament. That's literally how it plays. Like the story is just like you're going to this tournament, you fight a guy, and then once you beat them, you fight the next one until you beat the like 8 guys, like in the arcade mode of Street Fighter. And when you fight an opponent, when they use a move, you learn those moves and that of them, and then what order you do it in. So you might learn a kick move from someone, and then the next guy you fight, because you can select the fit, might be weak to kick moves. So there's a bit of like strategy there, but you again, until you actually play it, you wouldn't know that. Some stories, like I thought the prehistoric one was the weakest one. It's the one I started out with because I did them in timeline order. So I thought that was the weakest one. The like future one, there's like no combat whatsoever. It's all story thing. It feels a bit earthboundy. That wasn't that great. But then the Wild West one was really good, and the 8th one before the final chapter, the medieval one, that was actually really fantastic. So it's a weird package because you got these 8 plus the final chapter. There's lots of different endings and stuff like that, and you can do the final chapter 2 different ways as well. It's like some of the content is a minute and some of it's really good, so the overall package is like kind of odd, especially when played Triangle Strategy this year. No, they play slightly different, but with the art style and that, and then just coming off Xenoblade, which is much newer JRPG. It's like I kind of recommend the game, but if you've got a Switch and you haven't played Xenoblade yet, and you haven't played Triangle Strategy yet, it's like, well, and then you've got obviously the other Xenoblade games and Octopath Traveler and like the Atelier games and I know not No More Heroes. The World Ends With You. There's so many JRPGs on Switch. So it's like play one of them first.
Yeah, it sounds like you're saying there's better options available.
There is better options available. It's nice to have, and it's come back and it's done quite well. I think it sold 500,000, something like that. Which, like a game like this, isn't actually that bad. So maybe we see more like 2D HD remakes from Square, and yeah, so there's other options, but there's worse RPGs again on the Switch. Like I think that Dust Diver 2 just came out, and apparently that's dreadful. So it's sort of like an in-betweeny one. Or maybe pace it out, because obviously like the chapters are only like 2 hours long, so maybe like do a chapter like every couple of weeks or something, and not do it all in one go. Maybe that would work better. Who knows?
How long did it take you to beat?
I think it was like 21, 22 hours.
See, that's not bad either for one of
Yeah, see, one of like the fighting one, because it's just literally like a fighting tournament, it takes about half an hour. But then the chapter 8 one in medieval, I think that was like 3 hours long, and like that feels like could be expanded into like a proper full blown like JRPG in itself, and that one. So it's again, it's good that there's like different ways, and again, it could work good well on the Switch being portable. Then you got half an hour or whatever, you could do the fighting campaign.
Very nice, Pengy. Is that all you bought?
No, that's why I bought that obviously ages ago. That's all I played really, apart from some Splatoon 3, but I've only really played the multiplayer of Splatoon 3 at the moment. So until I've played the single player, until we play the first Splatfest and that. Not much, more to say, because it's pretty much more Splatoon, which is always a good thing. But that's all I can really say on that at the moment.
What's the? Didn't they say what the first Splatfest was at the? Right, I know I'm skipping forward.
Yes, it's if you're on a desert island, would you take gear, grub, or fun? And then like Big Man is fun, Shiver is gear, and Fry is grub, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, you're obviously going to pick Jeff Grubb, right?
No, I will be picking Big Man because Big Man is the best.
You continue to be a disappointment, Chris.
No, because Big Man is the best fun. But with the Splatfest, obviously, there's this the free Splatfest now, and like we had rock paper scissors in like the 1 day like beta thing. I can see them doing like some cool like crossovers, like when Sonic comes out. We could get Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails or something. Or if this was out when like Fire Emblem Three Houses out, you could have done like the Three Houses and stuff like that. So
Indeed, but we can't. So moving on.
They still might. We still might be like, what is the best house of Fire Emblem?
Well, I look forward to you telling us, Pinky.
Well, it's the Black Eagles, but
a dirty little weeb. That's why.
Yeah, but then if Black Eagles is with Fry, not Big Man, what do you do?
What do you do, Craigo?
Yes.
Right. Well, before we get into more Nintendo talk, we'll talk about what I've been buying, what I've been playing. I bought what I've been playing. I've played Kirby's Dream Buffet, which is better than it has any right to be. It's basically Kirby Fall Guys. It's kind of fun, kind of silly. I played some Pokemon Arceus. Game's still fun. Still haven't completed it, obviously.
No. Not good.
I've played some WRC9. Game's alright, Craig. It's fine. Played some F1 Manager. Still good.
Not good. Have you won a Grand Prix? Yeah.
I haven't, but I have got 15 points in my second season as Williams, which is quite an impressive thing. I've really moved the car on, Chris. It's really put a lot of money in developing that car.
Okay, cool.
And I've done great stuff, boys. But yeah, not a lot of gameplay from me this week. Probably going to be some more next week because obviously, we haven't mentioned it. The Queen's dead. That's sad, isn't it? I get a day off, so everyone wins. You guys will be off, won't you? You'll be at home, paid, I'm sure, boys.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I'll get a game of do you know what's even worse, Craig? I'm gonna make you feel sick even more. So not only have I got a paid day off on Monday, right? Paid day off. But the way my job works is that I get half an hour back every week because I work 37 hours, not 37 and a half, you see. Because I'm not taking it because of the bank holiday, I get 30 minutes back in lieu for every bank holiday. So I get an hour paid from the 2 bank holidays I would have worked. Just at any point.
Sounds like a go home early on a Friday.
Hell. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say to you, Craig, is get your CV done. You got a week off. Go work for Nintendo. Everyone loves it. But speaking of working for Nintendo, segue, we're going to talk about our topic of the show. So obviously today there has been a Nintendo Direct. We're not going to go through all of it because quite frankly, me and Craig don't need to hear about every single JRPG or farming simulator. So we're just going to go through the highlights, Pengy. You ready to go through some highlights?
Yes.
So first highlight, Pengy, Fire Emblem Engage.
Yeah, that kicked off the show as well. It's Fire Emblem, which Fire Emblem is always great. Like I've talked about Fire Emblem on.
Apart from Free Houses, which was rubbish.
Free Houses is the best.
No,
it isn't. Awakening is the best one, but Free Houses is the best one on Switch and the best game on Switch. Until this maybe comes out, Engage. From the trailer, it looks like all the leaks and rumors and that, like the likes of Emily Rogers was saying, is true because it does look from the art style. Gust is involved. They make the Atelier games, from the thing, and the whole sort of like gimmick of you get emblems, and the emblems are like in rings for some reason. Yeah, they're called emblems, not like just the title of Fire Emblem, whether it brings back like characters from previous games. So we see Marth in the trailer, for instance, as one of the returning
It's like the
characters.
summons. That's the best way I
Yeah.
can use to describe them. Summons. You summon them.
Yeah, so you can summon Marth, for instance, from a previous game. So that is exciting.
Was that one for you, Craig?
I don't know. Obviously, the only one I've played is the demo for the Warriors style game, which I didn't really get up with that much.
Really, the entry into the series. That one, Craig. I'll be honest. It was so many decisions were made there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a free demo, so why not? But there was way too many menus and shenanigans going on there for me. Maybe I mean it's a kind of like a triangle strategy sort of thing, isn't it? So
yeah,
very similar actually.
Yeah, there's hope there, I guess, and it's very soon as well.
It's a bit too close for all of your horror games, though, Craig. I think.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Yeah, but that's a nice balance. You play Dead Space and you play Fire Emblem,
which is the scarier, the zombie thingies or the Japanese schoolgirls?
Yeah, the anime.
You answer that question for yourself, boys and girls.
Yeah.
So, Pengy, after that, what did we have next that's worth talking about?
And
I will if it's not worth talking about, I'm just going to say nope, and you've got to go into the next one.
I was going to say Fatal Frames, mostly a note from you guys.
I mean, it's an interesting series. Is this a new one or is this a remake? Because I think
it's a remake of the Wii, of the fourth one on Wii, which is actually a prequel to the first one, but it's coming to everything.
I'm glad that that's not confusing.
Yeah, you've lost me there. I mean, the last one came into everything, didn't it? But wasn't that
it was a Wii U exclusive?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a port again?
Yeah, it was a port of a Wii U game.
Do they still make these games, or is it just non-stop ports now?
Well, this is a remake, not a port. The only thing with this one is like the last one, Maiden of Blackwater, when that came to like Switch and PlayStation, that it never got a physical release in the West, only got physical in Asia. So with Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, if it's only getting a digital release, I don't care. If it gets a physical release, I care. So,
I mean, it's lucky you're not buying a digital only system anytime soon, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, but it'd be 50 quid. That's how much Blackwater was. 50 quid. I'm not spending 50 quid on Lunar Eclipse.
Have you ever actually played any of these games, or is it just?
I've played the ones on the original Xbox, and did I play that? No, I didn't play that one on Wii. I think I played a remake of one of the others on Wii.
So I saw the last one didn't review that well, so I was kind of like you say, if it's like £50,
it was very much
digital.
a series that was built for Wii U, and it's the fact that the Wii U was not successful enough for it to be a success, Craig, is really its issue, because it's basically horror Pokemon Snap, which works perfectly when you hold a controller up. So, yeah, if it was never going to set the world on fire on Wii U, then I don't think the series has much legs nowadays.
Which I guess is why they're not committing to like actually making new ones, I guess.
Exactly. So moving on from that, Chris, what's next?
There was DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which I'm excited about because Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is my game of the year, so more content for that is great. That's always good.
Me and Craig don't care. Let's move on. Next one.
A really random one. We had Fifth of the North Star boxing.
Fitness boxing. Fists of the North Star, which is of course the third in the fitness boxing series published by Nintendo on Switch.
Yeah.
Decisions have been made somewhere by someone, and that game is a thing.
Yeah, that is a very odd thing.
Yeah.
Well, is this going to sell in any way, shape, or form?
Well, we're on the third fitness boxing game.
I just said, we're on the third one, and this one's added a 1980s Japanese anime to it. So, I think, Craig, money made.
Is that a pre-order from you, Chris?
I think it's a pre-order from you, Craig, isn't it? Surely.
No.
Don't you want to find out what happens after the end of the trilogy of fitness boxing games?
At the moment, it's only Fire Emblem Engage is the one pre-order, and I guess the DLC, because I haven't bought the expansion pack yet, and we'll wait until October when that comes out to get that. For some reason, we had Front Mission shown again, which is great. But they also announced the third is also coming.
They're making
now.
a third Front Mission remake, Craig. Yeah. I mean that game looks great. So, yeah.
The thing is, they showed Front Mission first Mission. That's coming this year in November. Then two's next year. But they announced two's got quality and life improvements because it's a newer game. So surely Front Mission 3 is going to have even more improvements. It was like, should I just
So is
wait?
this
should I
is
just
another poor remake thing, right?
This is another remake from it's Square Enix, but Forever Entertainment that's doing the remake. They did the Panzer and the House of the Dead, so their history is not fantastic, and somehow we've already got 3 games confirmed coming. And like I said,
So there's 3 games confirmed coming, and none of them have actually come out yet.
Yeah.
From a
Crikey.
series that doesn't have a great track record, to be honest, since
Yeah.
1993. So we'll move on from Front Mission, Pengy. What's next?
One that get you excited, Dave. We're getting a remake of a GameCube game, and that's Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life, which is obviously a remake of Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life on the GameCube.
Yes, because obviously Harvest
This is
Moon don't own
one
their
of the
own name.
many farming games.
Yeah,
now.
I did warn you, Chris. This is the only farming game. Well, actually, there's probably at least one more farming game we'll end up talking about. This is the main one we'll talk about. Wonderful Life's a great game. I have it on GameCube. Will not rebuy it for the sake of the Switch. They've been putting out all the Harvest Moon games as Story of Season games recently. So, cool. Are you going to
And this is another remake, right?
This is another remake.
Yeah, this is a remake
the
of...
theme here. I'm just pointing it out. We'll get to it at the end. But...
I mean, to be honest, every single game showcase ever at the moment is remake.
Yeah.
Spoiler alerts, tonight, Craig, there'll be remakes.
Yeah. But
I think this might be excessive, though. I'm going to throw that out there.
Yeah, so with Story of... Obviously, it's a remake of the Harvest Moon on GameCube. That was that was like the first Harvest Moon game I played, and it was
Spoilers, you die at the end. There you go, let's move on.
Yeah, but it was great. But
True
this
story, by the way,
sequel...
Craig. True story.
Yeah, so...
I think that should happen more in games. I think you should die at the end.
Yeah, I think it'd be more fun, wouldn't it? Anyway, enough of
then we got...
no one's watching this podcast for Story Seasons content, Chris, so we'll talk about that separately. Go on.
Is it a buy, though? Is it a buy, though, Pengy? I'm interested.
Yeah, it's a buy. It's a buy.
Are you joking?
Is it a buy?
Did you finish Mineral of Olive Town?
No, I've only really played
Pioneers
the one...
Town?
I've really only played the one on the GameCube, and
anyway,
this is a remake the one on the GameCube.
We go again.
When's this coming out?
I can't remember.
Oh, he's bought it anyway.
Summer 2023.
Fuck's sake.
Anyway, next is Octopath Traveler 2, which is coming February.
Which is not a remake, Craig.
Not a remake.
Come on.
Yeah. So, obviously, 8 new characters, 8 new story, everything. Coming to Switch.
Octo, I think, Chris, to be honest.
Coming to PlayStation. Coming to PC. All the good stuff.
Not coming to Xbox. We're not even going to start on Chris's hate for the Xbox today. Well, that's a separate.
Oh, didn't the first one weirdly come to Xbox?
First one's on Game Pass currently.
That's
Yeah.
so
It's also
random.
on Stadia, but it's not on PS4.
That's so weird.
But the second is on PlayStation 4, but it's all weird. But yeah, excited about this one.
So I am, but I hate to be the guy.
Yeah.
I'm already starting to get bored of these HD 2D games. They all kind of look the same, don't they? Let's be honest. We've got this Live Alive. We got Project Triangle Strategy. We got Dragon Quest 3. It's starting to get a bit.
That.
I know they're different games, but
when they announced Final Fantasy 6 2D
they're
HD,
not going to, are they, Chris?
I know, because we got
Chris, let's stop you here. Let's get away from Fantasy Chris for a second. Square Enix wanted to put Final Fantasy 6 or Chrono Trigger on this, they would have done it by now.
Yeah,
They went for Live Alive, which no one played.
Well, apparently Nintendo wanted that on the NSO, and then we ended up remake instead.
But no. Octopath Traveler, I'm sure, will be a great game. When it drops in price, because it's not strictly speaking a Nintendo game, I will play it, but I'm not buying it full price. It's worth playing the first one on Game Pass, though, Craig. I will say it's 3 gigabytes, I think.
Yeah. So that is that. There was another farming game, but
we're done with farming, Craig.
But we have got another Square Enix game, and that's Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line.
That is a name as well, isn't it? They really have plucked that out of somewhere.
I mean, Square Enix. They actually, it's actually not even the worst Square Enix name of this showcase.
No, it's not. Is it? I know. Yeah. We'll
let's
get
let that sink in. But Didn't play the 3DS games.
You didn't play the 3DS ones?
It's an ugly ass art style, so I've never been fussed.
They're really good.
But no, I mean, there's other ways for me to listen to the Final Fantasy soundtracks, so not for me.
Yeah, I know, but you can get like a little story of what's going on. You can play.
I mean, I don't want to be that guy. I could just play the games. I wanted the story, Chris. I don't know. Don't be controversial.
Yeah, but you get like a little story about all the characters together, and you get to play One Winged Angel, and this is going to have tracks from Nier, Octopath Traveler, Live Alive,
That's
and
paid
Chrono
DLC.
Trigger.
Is Kenny Omega in it?
He won't be in it.
Oh, I'm not
It's
interested.
not even an AEW at the minute, let alone.
Yeah, maybe he'll be in this instead.
But anyway, moving on from Final Fantasy Theory from Chris.
Was this? I mean, before it's just like Amplitude, but just with like JRPG themes.
It's more like Donkey Konga than anything.
You've lost me.
Yeah, a bit weird. It's like Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
Without a
but
guitar.
You have
without
lines
and
and
good
the
music.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the Switch.
But without everything that made Guitar Hero good, it's basically
pretty
that.
much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure Chris is buying it anyway, though, right?
Yeah. The first two on 3DS are great. So this is, but it's got 385 songs just from Final Fantasy.
And Chris will play about 3 of them and then sell it.
No, because I'll play the story and then whatever songs are in the story.
Fuck's sake, Chris.
Yeah.
When's this coming out?
February as well.
I can't wait.
Then you're definitely not buying it. So that's a no for me. Absolutely no for me.
Yeah, then we had another look at Mario Rabbids, but that's Ubisoft, so we skipped right that.
Yeah, that game looks good. Chris obviously hates everything fun. But yeah, that game's going to be good. The first game was amazing and is really cheap. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it, actually. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully that gets me some points in the old fantasy critic. The big comeback needs another kick going.
Craig, I heard you like remakes.
Oh yeah, remakes, ports, anything like that.
Next we got a farming sit game remake, and that's Rune Factory 3 special.
Did you play the non-special version of Rune Factory 3?
I did not play Rune Factory 3.
Which one did they remake last time? 4?
Yeah, they made 4 for
so they made
like
4,
Switch,
and then
so they're working backwards.
Now they're making 3 and putting 6 out. When are we getting 1 and 7? Or 2 and 7?
No, because it's not 7. It's a new series, and I remember on the Wii they did Oceans, and they did one called Frontier as well. So I'm guessing it's a Rune Factory game like that.
Are you going to play this and finish the last one you bought?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
So have you learnt your lesson now, Chris? And like, I'm not buying any more of these rubbish Rune Factory games.
No, because I still may play Rune Factory 5.
You ain't playing Rune Factory 5.
In fact, Chris is such a joke of a human being. Two games that we joke about him never playing got sequels in this direct. So we'll move on to
this got a sequel and a prequel, I guess. And
it's got a pre-sequel.
They've announced both.
Some may say.
Yeah.
Right. Then we got a bit of update. More N64 games are coming to NSO, including GoldenEye.
So, I mean, I can't believe that's the one game you've decided to talk about, Chris.
Well, okay, do you want to talk about Pilot Wing 64?
Let's talk about Mario Party 1, 2, 3, which is coming this side of the year and is getting online multiplayer. So you can play Mario Party 1, 2, 3 on multiplayer, which is actually really sick. Bit weird because they've obviously put Superstars, which is just those games. But, I mean, to be honest, I'm quite likely to play that. That's something that if me and Craig ever get bored in the loneliness of the night, we can play some Mario Party online. It was great fun, that bit. Mario Kart 64, everyone wins. Yeah. The most exciting announcements for me are Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 coming to NSO because they're quite expensive games. Obviously, you can't import your Pokemon.
So I'm guessing you're using the default. You have to use the default Pokemon in the games.
So you'll have to use the default Pokemon, which if you've watched Reign of AS Jr. play that, Craig, is hilarious.
Yeah, I was just thinking he's going to have a field day of this,
Yes.
because he loves the Colosseum or whatever it is.
Stadium, the Rent-A-Ghost. And obviously the best thing about the Stadium games is they have unreal fun mini-games, which again, you can play online. Pilot Wings is fun, Chris. Excitebike is fun as well. But GoldenEye, it's weird to see. We've obviously since the Direct, obviously it's coming to Xbox with better graphics and achievements, and free if you own a digital copy of Rare Replay, but no online.
And on Game Pass.
And on Game Pass, obviously, but no online because Nintendo has the exclusive rights to online in the deal that they did, which is such a weird deal for Microsoft. Which you can tell why they haven't made a big fuss about it, because that makes sense now. Because obviously these achievements leaked. Like
I'm guessing they probably couldn't make a big fuss about it as well.
No,
I'm going to assume the fact that they dropped the tweet after the it was shown on the direct. I'd imagine that's kind of what happened there. That Nintendo had all the marketing rights.
Mm-hmm. So when are we playing GoldenEye online multiplayer? That is the thing.
I mean, okay. This is going to upset some people. GoldenEye's rubbish now, but I'll play it
Yeah,
for a joke.
it is.
But it's
it
rubbish.
Is
It wasn't great back in the day because it ran about 3 frames a second. But now, I mean, at least it'll run smooth. I hope. I mean, I'll play it on Xbox because it's got a good story mode. And I like James Bond. But yeah, it's a stream. But yeah, I mean, NSO finally given some more value though. I've got to say. Obviously, everyone wanted GameCube, but I think the N64 offerings now is actually worth the 35 on its own, personally, let alone the other content you get in the Mario Kart maps, which we'll talk about and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I've still been meaning to play Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask again, but still meaning to play a lot of those games. So yeah, cool.
And Japan got an extra game. They got Harvest Moon 64 in as well. So
that's one of the worst ones. The PlayStation one was way better. But yes, yeah. Pinky, next.
Do you like Square Enix names?
You know I do.
Because we got coming over from Apple Arcade to Switch, PlayStation, and PC is Various Day Life.
There we go. This is the winner of the Square Enix Name of the Game Award. Absolute atrocious from Square Enix yet again. And they were fun Sleeping Dogs too, and yet
it looked terrible as well.
It did look terrible. It looked too much the other way. Like a lot of these farming games have like weird farming and combat, which obviously is Harvestella, which we might as well get out of the way now. It's the better of these type of games. But this and the weird 4-player mobile farm game looked terrible. Actually,
it was all about how it was like 500 different like daily things you could do. I was just thinking, God, this is not selling me.
Wipe your ass simulator, like
exactly.
Wipe off the goat simulator. Nah. But yeah, is this one for you, Pinky?
Possibly, because it's a Square Enix.
Bro, I worry about you. I really do. When are we just going to get the Senna and Kagura games back so you can finally have some taste, you know?
I don't know. Even though this game came out in 2019, there's not a lot.
How has that avoided me, eh? Christ, how have I not known about this game?
You must have played it. You love Apple Arcade.
Was it an Apple Arcade exclusive?
It was.
Why did you play it when you had the Apple Arcade then, Pengy?
Because it wasn't on Apple Arcade at the time.
What?
When I had mine.
Oh, Chris. Do you still have the stick or whatever it is?
No, I don't.
You sold the stick?
Yeah.
God's sake, Chris.
Yeah.
How many Apple Arcade games did you play, Chris? I'm going down this tangent now. Okay, I don't care.
Like 3 or 4.
I played 3 on the month I got with my Mac. One of those was Angry Birds. Great. That might
be worse than the Quest. Crikey.
Not as bad as the 3DO, but anyway, we move on, Pengy. Next one.
It does give us hope for Phantasia, though.
There's no hope anymore, Chris. Hope is lost.
I'm so hopeful, Chris.
It'll be a touch.
You won't believe it.
Oh, anyway, next one.
We got an update for Mario Strikers.
A game.
Paulina's coming.
I didn't realise Diddy Kong wasn't a character.
But there was only about 2 of them in the whole bloody game, wasn't there?
It's one of those. Like that game keeps dropping to around 30, and I keep getting close because I love that game. Like I love that series. So it's one of those where I'm like, I'm close to buying it, but yeah, it's another sports game that I'm glad I didn't buy at launch. Put it that way. So
yeah,
we go again. We move.
We also, guess what? Do you want another remake?
Love one.
That Ib, I think it's called Ib, which is a 2D exploration game.
This was a remake.
Yeah, remake of a 2012 game.
Christ,
look trash. Let's move on. I don't.
Is this the one?
It's one that looks like you made it in Paint.
Yeah, this is the one where you made it in Paint, and it was like you make decisions, right?
Yeah. It was like, oh, scary, oh, Paint. I'm like, bro.
Is this one? Are you buying this one, Chris?
No.
No, you'll play. You'll play it on Game Pass.
I thought this would be a Chris purchase.
No, you'll steal it from the developer.
We also got an update for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
A Christmas track. Big fan of the Christmas track, and obviously the DS track's good. So Mario
Yeah.
Kart's still good, by the way. Who knew?
And then we got update for Mario Switch, Nintendo Switch Sports, where golf is coming now this holiday
But
season instead of summer.
so I was actually legit excited because I almost went out and bought this today. Actually, after this, because it's you can get it for about 30, and I love. Me and my girlfriend would absolutely play the crap out of this. And then I was like, it's only 21 courses. Bear in mind that golf courses are usually 18 holes, so 21 holes is a bit weird. And then it's just the Wii Sports ones redone. Like no new ones, no like interesting, funny ones where it's like lava or something.
What you're saying, Dave, is they've half-assed another sports game.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe I was saying it myself, Gregor. But
I am shocked.
I know. Give me back Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. At least I knew it was half-assed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
I guess you could also claim that as a remake as well because they're remaking the courses.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah, it's a spiritual successor. But anyway, we go again.
yeah. Then Miyamoto came out and said the movie's happening for Mario. Showed us Pikmin Bloom for some weird reason.
Starting to look a bit old now, isn't he, Shigeru? By the way.
Yeah. And then we got Pikmin 4. It took 9 years to do that new camera angle.
Literally remember them announcing this on like the Wii U launch.
Yeah. They were like,
but it's a pre-order for me. Great series. Craig should play 3 Deluxe because I think it's one of the Nintendo franchises that I think he would like. Genuinely.
Yeah, although I think the Pikmin, like, is it Tiny Kin? It's called on the Game Pass. It probably come first because that looks really good as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously you've got access to that, but it's one of those like you like that, you want a bigger experience. Like, hell yeah, that's the way to go.
They didn't show much of it either, did they? It was kind of like that weird.
No, I mean,
camera angle,
did they
and that was that.
in Chris? I wasn't. I was watching it.
no,
I was trying to work.
this is just
Next
to
year
be announced 2023.
Yeah, so what we'll get a bigger blowout of that game probably April next year, and it'll be the summer late autumn game. But good to see Pikmin still lives. I mean, it's not the franchise I wanted to come back, but it's better than nothing.
Then Harvestella, which we already touched on, but demo's now out on if you want to try
Chris will
a
play
demo.
that tonight and give us our opinion.
No, I'm not playing the demo because I've already got the game.
Oh,
I'm gonna get the
of course
game.
you got it pre-ordered. Oh, he's a fucking madman.
When's that one out, Chris?
That's out November 4th.
Oh,
November 4th.
One day before fireworks night. Oh, Chris, you could have sat there. You could have had your hot dog in one hand, your Harvestella in the other hand. Oh, next time.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Then we had a look at Bayonetta 3, which then they announced there was going to be a trailer after the direct, which is like an 8-minute gameplay trailer.
It's 8 minutes and it's got titties, so we can't have that in the direct. Is what they were saying, right?
Yeah, I guess. And it's showing you how like the new character works and all that stuff.
Still want to pre-order this because I'm. So this is the problem. This is a tangent now. This is one of my problems with certain Nintendo games, Craig, because I've been conditioned over decades to feel like if I don't pre-order this at £42 or whatever it is on Amazon, this game is going to be 60 quid plus for the rest of my life.
Like Bayonetta 2
like
is
Bayonetta
now on
2
Switch.
is at the moment. And I'm like, do I want to play Bayonetta 3? Like, I'm not sure. I haven't finished Bayonetta 2. You know what I mean? But I'm like, but do I, like, if I don't jump, this is a problem I had a couple of weeks ago when I wanted to pre-order a controller, and I didn't because I was like, I don't need it. But I know now that if I want a Switch Pro controller, I'll have to sell blood and semen to buy one, because if you don't pre-order them, they are £120 the next day. So this is the quandary with certain Nintendo games, and Bayonetta does fit in that.
I guess that was the Splatoon 3 controller.
Yes, yeah, very sexy controller. But yeah, so it's Obviously, you haven't played it. Have you played Bayonetta, Craig? I feel like you might have dabbled in the first one.
I tried the first one when it was a Games for Gold on 360.
Like the second worst edition of that game. Obviously, the PS3 version is fucking awful.
And I maybe half an hour, and it was too much.
Was it pre-Weeb, Craig, though?
Yeah, I don't think it was that when I said it's too much. It was just throwing too much crap at me. It was, you do this combo, but then there's this combo. And if you add this button, there's another combo. And if you hold down this button whilst doing the combo, you do something different. And I'm not... I like these sort of games, but only in their most like basic form, because I'm terrible at them. I can't remember anything. So like, I can play on easy and just kind of get through it. I'm like, I'm like the Chris on these sort of games, and this was just too much. It was just throwing too much like stuff at me. I couldn't remember any of it, and then I was like, nah, I can't be asked for this. So
But
yeah,
did
that
you
was
like
my
Devil May,
experience of Bayonetta.
but did you like Devil May Cry 5?
I like Devil May Cry 5, yes.
Yeah, see much you like this. You just replace Dante with Bayonetta and you're all good.
And playing it in bed. It's the dream.
Which you can. Yeah.
But
Wait,
yes.
but anyway, next we got Raincode, which looks very interesting. This is from the Danganronpa team.
I think I blacked out when this went on screen, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Did you? See, did you not like Danganronpa?
Not massively.
See.
Did you finish Danganronpa?
Yes.
All three of them? And the side
No,
game?
only the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one is good.
They're on Game Pass if you would like to partake.
Oh, I could, but I also own some on Vita, so yeah, I like the look of this because it's a weird murder mystery, very Japanese game.
Big Japanese titties, am I right?
It's coming spring 2023. It's definitely one that I'm keen for.
Don't those games normally review really well as well? Those Danganronpa games.
Yeah, because I think if you review those type of games, you like those type of games. That's always the thing I find
I'm just thinking the old fantasy critic next year. That could be.
Oh yeah, you got to think of the long game. Which we'll do a catch-up episode on that soon, but not today.
Yeah. Then we got basically all the new Resident Evils are coming to Switch, but all going to be through the cloud.
We don't care. We're not even going to justify wasting our time.
Do you Sorry, just to waste some time talking about that. Have you actually played any of these games through the cloud yet, Chris?
I tried one.
Do they work?
They work fine, but not.
No, what on the Switch or as in these in general?
Switch.
No, on the Switch. Yeah, I don't care about the Stadia.
I played Control. I played the demo of Control and it seemed to work fine. So.
I played the demo of Kingdom Hearts and it's fine, but it's like the people that want to play those games have access to better ways of playing those games. Like you can play Resident Evil Village on everything. Like, and even if you're going to stream it, like play it on Stadia, it runs way better than it does on Switch, and you can do that on your phone, and you haven't got to have an account or a Switch or anything. Like I get why they're doing it, but it's really not for us. I think it's more for Japan.
Then, well, we've already been announced, but we got a date, and I should have thought of this coming because today is the 15th anniversary of Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, and now obviously the subtitle Reunion, which is again another remake. If Craig's keeping track of the remake counters,
that is a day one.
I'm not keeping track. Don't worry.
Day one pre-order for Dave. Just don't know what platform. I'm really torn, actually, and I'm going to talk you through my process, Craig. So it's coming out weirdly from Square Enix and Final Fantasy. It's coming out on everything: Xbox, Switch, PC, PlayStation 4.
PlayStation didn't pay for it not to come on Xbox.
Apparently not. So
yeah, fuck up, innit? That's an email that should have been sent there. Someone forgot. Someone's lost their job because of that.
Especially if it was a PSP game as well. Like, you know what I mean?
3 copies that it was sell on Xbox,
Yeah, until it comes to Game Pass. So I'm torn. What edition do I get? Obviously, it's really between the PS5 version, which is actually weirdly slightly cheaper because of Amazon and trophies, and I play all the other Final Fantasy games on PlayStation, or do I play it in bed? It is a handheld game. It's a PSP game built for handheld. Do I get it on Switch and play in bed? And that is my quandary. It's coming out in December. Right, Chris? I believe December 13th.
December 13th. Yeah.
So
it is this year. I said it would be this year, didn't I?
I didn't think it would, but well done. And it's also going to be my Christmas game, obviously, because we're going to keep banging the drum with this, Craig. But obviously, because I have a job that isn't shit, I do get time at Christmas. So, I mean, what are we thinking? Boys? Obviously, Craig's not going to pre-order this. I mean, it's actually weirdly quite a good place to start with Final Fantasy VII, but obviously you can't play the rest of the games on anything you own. So what's the point?
No, you can play Final Fantasy. You can play the PS1 Final Fantasy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm good. I'd rather slam my head against a brick wall.
Craig likes the N64 and he doesn't play N64 games. Let him PS1 games.
And then you can watch Having Children. Yeah.
Tell me.
These are all options. I won't be taking any of them.
Tell me what you cherish most, Craig. So I have the pleasure of taking it away.
Is this quick, like, real time or is it turn
No,
based?
it's real time. It's
Oh, okay.
it's both, but it's mainly real time. It's a hacky slashy simple fighting system.
But you do have the roulette wheel thing as well.
But that gets explained in game. Saying it out loud, Chris, doesn't make anyone want to buy it. Really good story.
Like, is it 600 hours long or is it a sensible
about
length?
30?
I reckon it's like, I was going to say 25, 30.
Yeah, it's
about 15 for Chris then.
Yeah, I mean, Chris will do. Yeah, Chris won't do any side quests. It's one of those games that, like, if you got to December and you were short of something to play, then for you on Switch it would be a good idea. But unfortunately for you, I say unfortunately, on Xbox you're going to have Persona, and you will not have finished Persona 5 Royal by the time this comes out, and that's on Game Pass. So it's like,
it does have to compete against Game Pass, and that is the difficult.
Yeah, like I'd rather play Crisis Core Reunion than Persona 5 Royal personally, but I know that you're not me, so yes. Also, revelation that Craig isn't me, by the way. That's the first for the podcast.
Yeah. I will be picking, even though I could play this on Xbox, PlayStation, I will be playing it on Switch.
What about Steam?
Imagine if this whole podcast was just Dave just doing different voices and talking to himself for like an hour every week.
I mean, I can do different accents. I could probably pull it off.
There you go.
Yeah, so obviously I like the Japanese titty games, Titty Farming 2025 is my game of the year. Oh yeah, God, I love it too, Chris. There you go. See, that's little. Actually, I mean, my Craig impression is all right there. What's going on there, fella?
It's just frustrating.
Final Fantasy Crystal. So this game we're just talking about, £8 more expensive to pre-order it on Switch than it is on anything else on Amazon.
And
just what? Why is the PS5 version 41, and then Switch is 49?
I don't know, but I will find it somewhere cheap.
Oh yeah, Chris will find it in some alleyway. Again, he'll steal it from Square Enix.
Yeah. So that was that. And guess what? It's out today, but it's also another, I guess it's a port, not a remaster. Radiant Silvergun is now out on Switch.
What the fuck is that, Chris?
It's a Sega Saturn top-down shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds amazing. How have I not played this already?
But they did.
It is amazing for what it is.
Like they did a 360 port in 2006. So.
Are we playing it? What's going on?
No.
I've
played it already.
It's not that good.
It's a great game, but like it's like so Geometry Wars. You're not going to play that every day. You're not Jack Patillo. What are you doing?
Yeah, I just picked pointing out because it's another port.
Also, a game on a console that Chris let die. So we'll talk about that another. There'll be a podcast about that another time.
Yeah. Then guess what? Do you want another remaster?
I'd love one.
That's Tales of Symphonia.
It's easy for you to say, Chris.
Yeah.
I swear every one of these direct there's a different Tales of game getting ported or remastered.
There is a lot of them.
Yeah.
Does anyone care? Does anyone buy this crap?
I mean, they're good games. That's the tragedy.
Yeah, but you're not just playing them now, surely on the Switch.
No, I mean, if you're playing Tales of Arise on Xbox Series X, but yeah, who knows?
You're not keen, Dave, of Tales of Symphonia.
I liked Tales of Symphonia when I played it on the GameCube. If it was both games, I'd be more inclined because there is a sequel that is on Wii. But I don't know. It's one of those things. If it's £30 and it's on a month where I'm not buying anything else, then maybe. But if it's $50 in February, then no, absolutely not.
I don't know how anyone can pretend to care. But more important news, boys. Spurs lost 2-0. Boom!
Who are they playing?
Sporting Lisbon. 2 90th-minute goals. What a team.
What a club. Didn't Sporting won both their games now?
Hopefully.
Yeah, most probably.
Ronaldo's
Up the Portuguese.
End of the week.
Yeah, but I
moving on to your ports and your remakes, Chris. Sorry.
Anyway, I'm keen for Tales of Symphonia because Tales of Symphonia.
You're not going to play it, Chris.
Great. It's great.
You're not going to play it, mate.
It's great. It's a great.
When's the last Tales game you played?
I played a
1965. Like, yeah, you're not going to play it, buddy.
What's the last one you finished?
Yeah.
Tales of Symphonia.
When was that?
Like 2003.
I mean, bloody hell, Chris. Come on, mate. Let's just give up on it. Let's knock it on the head now. Let's call it a day.
Yeah, but it's a
I mean,
really
Arise was actually like meant to be quite good, wasn't it? And that was out on everything. If you were going to play one, you would have played that, surely. Oh, it didn't come to the Switch. Did it come to the Switch?
No,
No.
it wouldn't run on the Switch.
It was too powerful for the Switch.
None of those
That's
games
the
will run
problem.
on the Switch, apart from the 2D GameCube one from 2003.
Christ.
Stupid, you can't.
that actually is coming to PlayStation and Xbox
Also
as
got
well.
a physical release on the Bandai Namco store.
How many copies is that going to sell on Xbox? Christ.
Well, 3 on this podcast, obviously. Simon will buy a copy, at least one.
Dear
There's
Lord.
4.
Why even bother?
Yeah. Do you want another port from Square Enix?
Yes, I do. Please.
Life is Strange Arcadia Bay collection was shown.
Yeah, bad games be bad, am I right?
Yeah.
What's the point of playing those games without achievements and trophies? Do people actually like those games?
Yeah, they're fantastic.
No, sure
I have this. I have this pre-ordered.
Why? How many times have you replayed those games? Because haven't you played them on Stadia?
Yeah, I've played them on Stadia as well. What?
The same thing happens in all of them, David. Oh, I hope you're like comparing the gameplay and all that on them, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, I made the same decision I made last time. Yeah. Oh,
He won't
baby.
play Tales of Arise, but he'll play Life is Strange 6 times on 6 different tests.
He's got to play it on Steam, yeah, for the Steam achievements, Chris. You haven't thought this through.
Oh, I've lost my head, boys. I'm sorry. I'm crying.
I might play it on Steam.
You
You pre-ordered this, Chris. What's going on?
What?
Do we need to have a chat, Chris. This is silly, isn't it? This is absolutely silly.
Game's gone soft.
So how many other systems do you own this crap on?
Right, technically, I've never actually ever owned the game. I have played it on various systems, boot like PlayStation Plus, Gamecast.
I've got a
and
live
Stadia
update. I've got a live update. Odeon's just emailed me. They're closing on Monday. Carry on.
Yeah.
Odeon Taunton.
Who knows?
Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to spend 30 quid to go and watch the same fucking film.
But anyway, do you want yet another Square Enix remaster?
You know I do.
Romancing Saga Minstrel Song remaster.
Can't say that word anymore, Chris.
It's coming December 1st.
And who the fuck plays the Romancing Saga games? Chris?
Yeah, the romancing game. Yeah, the Saga games are not good. I don't get why these keep getting remastered because they are not good games.
How many have you bought this year?
0, because they are not. They are
You're
not.
part of the problem.
If Chris Tangeli ain't buying them, they're bad. Okay, that's all. That's the only
That's what I'm
review I
saying.
need to
The
give you.
Saga series is not good. I don't know why Square put time and effort remastering these games.
There's probably not much time and effort. That's probably why. It's just we just fucking throw them out and
No,
some
they
shit.
actually don't look like they're using like the similar art style of like the Adventure of Mana remaster had on like Vita and
Oh yeah,
stuff.
I'm very aware of that art style, Chris. Yeah.
No, Dave knows what I'm on about.
Just about.
Yeah. So they
I'm
have
glad you're
done.
keeping up, Dave.
They have done stuff to the games, but they just I just don't get it. Like they could get that team to 2D HD Chrono Trigger or something instead. No, but they
I'll pause you there, Chris. Live update. Liverpool 1-0 up.
boo.
Yeah. Mohamed Salah just scored.
I'm glad we're getting our out-of-date football references in the middle of a
Yeah.
video game podcast. Chris,
Right, and-
save us. What's next?
Do you want yet another remake
I'd love one.
of a remake?
Ooh, that's called doing a
Is it The
Sony.
Last of Us?
That's cool. Yeah, that's doing a Sony. That is right. What's next?
It's Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, which is a remake of the Wii game, which is a remake of the original.
Which is a day one Dave pre-order. Because I missed out on the Wii version. That was incredibly difficult to get after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, I missed out on Wii, and it's now kind of expensive. So.
Yes.
This actually looked quite good, in fairness. This is the 2D
Incredible
one,
games.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
the Return to Dreamland is arguably the best game. Arguably the best 2D game. So, if you want to try the 2D... I mean, I would argue that Planet Robobot is potentially better, but no one is putting that on Switch right now. So, yeah.
Did this have a date or anything?
Yeah,
Or was
it's
it,
Yeah, February.
okay.
Which means it's gonna
That
get-
could be a
I
thing.
mean, that could be a sandwich between Dead Space, Resident Evil, and the Callisto Protocol. Just a little bit of Kirby in the middle of it. I think probably the most violent of all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, I'm glad Kirby's brought this podcast back to something.
Yeah, but I'm glad the pink round thing is really the future.
Yeah, so Kirby looks good. Missed it on Wii. So
That's a pre-order, I'm guessing, Chris. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, even I'm going to pre-order that.
yeah. You could argue the price because obviously being a remake of a remake, like a remake of a remake or remaster of a remake, being £50 for that.
I mean, I've got 2 9-hour flights in March, so I could see me probably finishing that in that 18-hour period.
And then we finished on why this direct couldn't be live, it seems, in the UK, and that is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel has now got a title and a date. It's called Tears of the Kingdom, and it's coming May 12th, 2023.
The banter that they changed the name to Tears of the Kingdom just as the Queen dies, by the way. The banter. But, I mean, yeah.
They really didn't show a lot of this, did they? I was quite surprised.
They always wait, and then they'll show 12 hours of it the week before it comes out.
But I swear they've shown more of it previously.
There's been one gameplay trailer before which showed similar. Yeah, what a funny one. I mean, it's one of those games that, to be honest, I'm quite excited for. I mean, Chris obviously can't play it because he hates Breath of the Wild, so it would be hypocritical of Chris to be excited.
No, I will play. I will play this.
But why? You hate games?
I like games. I like Zelda games.
What's Zelda?
Yeah.
Well, as the only person that hasn't played these games, Craigo, are you excited?
Probably, yeah. I still need to play Breath of the Wild, which Chris I still have, which Chris obviously lent me. But
Chris doesn't want it back, so
no, he did tell me to burn it afterwards, which I thought was a bit extreme. But yeah, it's long and it's quite intimidating, and there's a lot coming out at the moment. So I mean, hopefully I can play that before this one comes out, so I have some context.
You've got until May, so I think you'll be
yeah, it's quite a while away, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Breath of the Wild isn't that long. Like, it's not, in the grand scheme of the kind of games you play, it's not that long. Like, I'd say 40 to 50 hours, and that'll get you most content, to be honest. More than Chris would have played it. I think it took me 39 hours.
Yeah, that's not too bad. That's quite sensible.
Yeah. I did most of the side quests, not all of them. Like, most of them. Probably did, like, 70% of the game. But yeah, looks good. Look forward to playing it.
Yeah.
Seems to be more like it seems to be they're focusing on this like very aerial idea, a lot of like floating platforms, and I'm guessing Breath of the Wild was quite grounded, and this is going to be something different.
Absolutely, a bit more Skyward Swordy.
Yep.
Which we know is one of the better Zelda games, don't we?
Yeah, Chris has completed the HD version, so he can tell us how this links into the lore.
I will do that when I play Tears of the Kingdom in May 12th, 2023.
So what are we thinking that Chris's review of this game's going to be, by the way?
I was surprised.
10 out of 10, love it. I hear game of the decade.
I was surprised we got a date, but...
That's the same as me at college, boys.
I mean, it's been delayed like 2 or 3 times, hasn't it? So I guess they
which is the Zelda tradition at this point.
Yeah.
So, well,
and it's quite a way out as well, isn't it? So they're giving themselves a bit of cushion.
Yeah, it's still got a delay in it. It's still got a June delay in it. But so that was the direct. What's everyone's feelings? I feel like it was a pretty positive direct. I think people getting a bit, as per usual, they expect the world. So when they don't get the world, it's awful. But I think it was fine. How about you, Craig?
I thought it was. I thought there was too much of the ports, of the remakes, of the remasters from God knows when. Way too much anime JRPGs for my liking. I know Chris will tell you the opposite. I mean, there's a few cool bits like Zelda and Pikmin, I guess, but probably not quite enough for me. So I don't know. I thought it was solid without being spectacular, I guess.
That's fair. I mean, the way I look at it, I think if you can give me a game a month between December and May. I'm pretty happy, and that kind of did that for me. Like I think there was 6, 7 games that I want, that I genuinely want, not Chris want. Like I genuinely will buy. Like I will genuinely play Fire Emblem. I will genuinely play Pikmin. I will genuinely play Crisis Core. I will genuinely play Kirby. I will generally play Zelda. So like, and I really like the N64 selection, which I still think is getting madly underappreciated, and I think the service in general is quite underappreciated. But like, I think those N64 games are a real bonus, like genuinely a real bonus, and a couple of updates to games that I was looking forward to. Or I've already got, like say Mario Kart. Like of course the next 8 tracks Mario Kart are going to be sick because they're always sick, Craig. The game's great, so yeah. But of course it doesn't matter what me and Craig think. What do you think, Pengy?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good direct. Like, I think they've shown I read 40 games, but obviously counting like Mario Kart as one of those 40 games, and obviously that's more just an update. But I think there's like 15 or something or so that I'm interested in. So that's it's quite a few.
15, Chris. You've lost your mind.
Wait, how have I lost my mind?
I mean, we'll see, I guess, won't we? We'll see when you're playing Tales of the Final Fantasy Symphonia Riser 16. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Obviously you got the big ones like Fire Emblem, Engage, Octopath Traveler for like February of Kirby, May, Zelda.
Like I said, for me, like I'm gonna pre-order Kirby. I'm gonna pre-order Fire Emblem. I've pre-ordered Crisis Core. I will pre-order Zelda. So like, I'm being honest. I'm not gonna play Tales of Symphonia unless it's cheap. I'm not gonna play Octopath Traveler 2 until it gets cheap. Like Rabbids, I will play, but again, it's an Ubisoft game, so it will get cheap. It will drop to £20. Like that's kind of how I'm looking at it. Am I interested in any of the farming games? No, I'm fucking not. I'm 32. I'm okay. Like I'm fine, thank you. Like, and especially because half of them are remakes. Like who's replaying Harvest Moon when you can just play Stardew Valley? Like,
I will.
Yeah, but you're a different kind of breed, aren't you, Pengy? Obviously.
Well, you'll be buying and it'll be sitting on a shelf.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Obviously, Chris forgot to mention Atelier Ryza 3 because obviously he's so ashamed of how little he played of Atelier Ryza 2.
See, that looked good, but I haven't played 2. That's the thing.
Standard Pengy, but yeah. But yeah, I think overall it was a good show. And obviously tonight we have PlayStation, so if we get a chance in the week, we might try and record a quick PlayStation State of Play show, because I mean it will be 20 minutes of disappointment, so we might as well chuck an extra 20 minutes of disappointment on top of that, haven't we?
This one was the last one they did was E3, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had a big. It was more of a showcase than a State of Play. I would be amazed if this is anything
quite like that.
interesting.
Just because it had a lot of third-party stuff, like it had Callisto Protocol, it's the first time that was shown,
but...
and it revealed RE4 remake as well.
But the problem is, I'm not, like, I'd love to be wrong here, but what I'm foreseeing tonight is a lot of stuff we've already seen today. So I'm looking forward to seeing Crisis Core again, and I'm looking forward to seeing Atelier Ryza again.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
And then it will be VR stuff, which we don't care about because
not a single human being gives a shit about that.
So then there'll be that, and you might get an update for like maybe DLC for a game. They might show you another trailer for God of War. Like, what could they possibly announce tonight?
Oh, good news though, Chris. Live score update from Anfield. Liverpool 1, Ajax 1. Get in.
Oh my Ajax.
You can tell which of these sad, lonely people support fake football clubs. Leeds United fans, we don't care. Taunton Town's the only club you should be following. You're all ashamed of yourselves. Ashamed of yourselves.
Also, obviously, this is I watched the American direct, and that Japan has.
It wasn't a UK one, Chris. So.
Well, there was at 4 o'clock on Video Demand, and you could watch the European one, I guess. Japan had a direct as well. They had a few different games. There was an it's not called Everybody's Golf, but it was an Everybody's Golf game. That's just come out today. Of like no.
It's not a great song, wasn't it? Didn't they do a mobile version before?
Yeah, that was also an Apple Arcade exclusive. It's now come to Switch.
How was that, Chris? How did you when you played?
I don't know. I never played it. But
is that another system that if you had supported more, it might still be alive?
It could be.
Unlike Dreamcast, which is done. So another week is over. Thank you for watching the show. We say we might do a quick PlayStation episode in the week. If you like the channel on the channel. If you like the show, drop a like. If you like the channel, drop a subscribe. Why not? Let's go crazy. And tell us in the comments, what are the games you look forward to? What did you not look forward to? And what was your favourite farming game? Mine was Fae Farm because it looked terrible. But yeah. So for another week, see you later.
Bye.